Hello, beautiful souls. This is Sofia LightJewel with the Empower Love Way. And today I wanted to talk about release control into trust as the day seventh of the day of the challenge. So if you go on my Instagram at Sofia LightJewel, you'll see that about 7 days ago, I began a 10-day challenge on releasing control into trust. And today's day seven. I did a live video, but it dissolved into thin air. So I wanted to still share this information because it's been coming up through my sessions and in conversations with people and friends. And so because it's coming into it's resonating, I wanted to bring forward the message because I know it's gonna support you. So if it's active in the people that I'm seeing, it's gonna be active somewhere else as well. So I know this video is gonna support you. And if you are going through this experience, then I trust that you'll find this. And so again, releasing control into trust. And so what I wanted to talk about is how there's two ways we control. One is the control we put on the external world. So, we want to control and manipulate others. We want to control situations outside of ourselves. And so that's one thing. And then the other piece is our inner control, how we control our own landscape, our own world. And so the piece that has been coming up is using guilt as a way of control. And so something that, I feel like it has been really common in a way that we have been educated, and it's through guilt. And so shame and guilt go hand in hand, that the feeling ashamed of how we're feeling and guilting ourselves into shame. And so to give you a clear example, it's like, okay, I want you to picture yourself. You are 7 years old, you're sitting in on the table, you're about to eat, and your mother puts the dinner on in front of you, and you look at the dinner and you're like, Mom, I don't want to eat this. And so your mom there says, well, I'm cooking every day for you, and there's children in Africa or somewhere that they don't have food, and you have this, and you're complaining about this food. So what happens? You feel bad, and so you eat the food. You eat it. And what did we learn? We learn by feeling guilty and feeling ashamed of what is our own experience. And so in that, we have learned to invalidate our own emotional landscape and our own dislikes. And so this kind of scenario is what has been happening. Like, I've been hearing this narrative where it's like, this is what I'm going through in my life. Maybe it's, a conflict in my work environment. Maybe it's a conflict with your daughter or your partner or a friend, whatever it is. And it's very real in your experience, and it's what is happening in your experience. And yet, the message and the narrative that I've been hearing, and when I think about the world, what is happening in the world, this is nothing. Like, my experience, why am I complaining and making it a big deal about what is happening at work, or what is happening with my daughter, or what is happening with my friend? When I look at the world, there's like bigger problems, and I'm here complaining about this. And so this is the narrative I've been hearing. And so my question and my perspective that I want to kind of shine the light into this narrative is, why do you think that by invalidating yourself and your experience, you're acknowledging the world? So let me actually change the reflection. It's like, and shine the light. Why do you believe that it's not possible to be fully experiencing yourself in your experience, in the experience that you're having right here, right now, in your work, with your coworker, with your daughter, with your partner, with your friend, while at the same time validating also and acknowledging there's all these problems that you're seeing and suffering in the world. One doesn't deny the other. Just because you're acknowledging and accepting your own suffering, your own pain, what it's alive within you right here, right now, it doesn't mean that you're denying the larger globe and the larger state of the world. When you say, my story is not important, there's a story out there that is more important because somebody else is suffering more than me, you're invalidating yourself. You're not giving the space, the love, the care, and attention that whatever is happening within you is calling you. Does this make sense? Just because there's a larger suffering out there, it doesn't mean that your suffering and whatever is happening and it's alive in your life is as important. Because in this narrative, there's like, why am I complaining about what is happening at work when there's a war out there? And it's still a conflict, and you still matter. And your problem and what happens with you is important because it's your life. And because you're feeling all of that, you're not denying all the suffering that is out there. It's still happening. Just because you're allowing yourself to be in your experience and present in your experience doesn't deny the rest. They're not exclusive, they're inclusive. And because we are one person, we're one cell in having all this experience. So the conflict that you're going through internally with your coworker, with your partner, with your daughter, it's with yourself. And you are humanity. You are a human being, and you're part of the human family, that we are one. As one, your suffering is the suffering of the world, is the suffering of your humanity. Your guilt, your grief, your joy, your love, it's part of the larger body of humanity. It's not exclusive, it's inclusive. And so, in fact, when you look and accept what is happening within you, without comparing, without classifying as your problems are less worthy than other problems that seem larger, when you take responsibility and take care of what is yours, you're also healing and bringing healing and love and care to the larger web of humanity, to the larger body of humanity. The conflict that you see out there is the same conflict that sits within you, because we're all mirrors. What you see outside is you facing yourself. We're all part of the human family. We're all part of the one body of humanity. And so when you compare and invalidate your own experience, you're invalidating yourself, you invalidate also the whole. And it starts with you. this narrative of like there's somebody else suffering more than me, so then I'm not, I don't have a place to feel. That's part of the, in a way, the incoherence of humanity. And so you matter because your life is you, and you're creating your life through your eyes, through your experience. You're the one cell of of the whole body of humanity. And so that's what I wanted to share, that the moment that you notice the narrative saying, you know, my problem is not as big as somebody else's problem, just come back, take a moment. It's like, you know what? I matter. This problem, what is happening, this challenge, this experience is yours. It's yours, and it's here for you. And it is worthy of your attention and your care. And so coming back to control, in which ways have you used in the past or in your current experience guilt and comparison to control your own experience, your own emotional world? And how can you move to a place of accepting your experience, accepting yourself, while at the same time you're also accepting everything around you? It's not excluding, it's including, it's inclusive. So I hope that supports you and helps you. And the practice that we have been doing for these past 7 days is coming back. So let's do it together. So let's take a three deep inhalations. So you're gonna breathe all the way down from to your lower belly and all the way up to your upper chest. And we're gonna hold at the top. As you're inhaling, you hold at the top for a count of 4. And then you exhale through your nose, and you, in your exhalation, you hold for a count of 4. And we're gonna do that. Let's do it 4 times. So it's a 4, a 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay, so inhale from the lower belly all the way to upper chest. Hold in your inhalation for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through your nose. Hold in your inhalation for 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale again from all the way your lower belly all the way to upper chest, and hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release through your nose. On your exhalation, you hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. And you inhale, lower belly all the way to your upper chest, and hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through your nose and hold on your exhalation for 4, 3, 2, 1. And one last time, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and breathe normally. Beautiful. And now I'm gonna invite you to bring your hands into your heart center. Begin to breathe through your heart. Imagine that your heart has a nose and it's breathing through your heart. From your heart, connecting to your divine aspect, the larger aspect of who you are. And releasing control and leaning into that matrix, that blueprint of the divine that you are, leaning into that in trust, that web, that light grid, that blueprint of the divine that you are is guiding you, loves you, supports you, nourishes you. And release into love, into trust. Beautiful. There we go. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.